My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is February 4th, 2026. It is 9:21 a.m. Alright, so I gathered some tweets to share with you. Let's go right to it. Alright, so this one I posted on my community board. I didn't know if this was new or old. So I went back on my community board to see what some of you have said about this picture. So apparently it's old. It's an old picture. Alright. She defined what modern elegance looks like. There's the loving eye. Debating this. For me, Meghan clearly outshines Kate Middleton every time. Let's see how this picture... Oh, it's one image. Meghan is a girl. Okay. Alright, let's see some of the comments. Is this where Kitty got her inspiration for her nature series? Nature. For nature. Speaks multiple languages as well. There's a loving eye. A loving eye. The difference is Meghan simply chooses what she likes, thus resulting in the effortless look because it is. I suspect Kate puts a great deal of time and effort into creating an image, not presenting her authentic self. It shows. That is true. I think she is unfailingly lovely and beautifully turned out, whether casual business or fancy social appearances. So is Catherine. Not Catherine. Maybe before, when I look at old pictures of Catherine, before, I guess before Meghan got into the picture, I will say yes. But then the pressure I think the palace is putting on her, and probably just guiding her to do whatever Meghan does. Okay, whoever's coaching her in the institution to do whatever Meghan is doing. So she loses herself in that. And this is where she should have come up and said, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'll do anything else. But to keep something authentic of herself, she never speak up against it. She just let the palace tell her what to do.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
Alright, so is Catherine. It is pity that so many people feel the need to put these two ladies up against each other as if it was some sort of a competition. It's not. Well, it's not the squad who wants to do the competition. It's the royal family. And I'm not really a fashion person, but I could see some stuff that Meghan have wore, and then all of a sudden Kate wears it. And thank God for the squad who's really into, the squad who are really into fashion, sometime point this out. And then there was a time, this person who used to work for Kate or the palace or something like that, later on, one of the squad found out almost everyone that she follows are Meghan's friends and things like that. So they were following all of Meghan's circle, so they could copy and watch what they wear, so they could put it on the other one. Let me see. There's one comment on there. Okay, Kate did that herself. Exactly. Yeah. Alright. Every time Kate will never match her elegance and style. She's a really beautiful person, and always Harry is a great guy. Very. Where's Harry? Hiding in the bush. Right. Meghan dresses like a free person who is enjoying life and being playful. I love this for her. Alright, the last one, it says, can't you comprehend that Meghan and Catherine are just different? Well, the other one have shown her card. She copies Meghan. We do know that. If the media in the UK would have just left them alone, Many of the squad will never bring this up because we are fully aware everybody's individual. But it's the media in the UK who keeps on pinning each one against each other. Pin Harry against the brother, or try to make Harry be in the same category as Andrew, or something like that. It's the UK media who brought it up on themselves, so when the squad bring it up, everybody else all of a sudden they want to go back to neutrality. You can't play both sides. Like, my channel will never be in existence if the media in the UK would have left Meghan alone. Alright, next tweet. I pray that Meghan stay forever far away from the royal family. She's too clean to be around those dirty people who prefer to protect the pedophile over her husband and children, and send the British media, bats and trolls after her to assassinate her character. Okay, her character. And you could knock on wood. Alright, let's see here. You don't need to take revenge, just sit back and wait, because karma will get hold of those that hurt you, and if you are lucky, God will let you watch. Alright. Okay, so I swear, I didn't see it. Character. While protecting the character of Pedo. Always love this quote, especially the if you are lucky, God will let you watch. Okay, agree, thumbs up. Alright, next tweet. UK British media. Alright, so there's this here. When Meghan asked Harry if the royal family could ever remove their security, Harry naively thought his family cared. He said they wouldn't, especially, quote, not after what happened to my mother, end quote, as well as the fact that Prince Andrew still had his security despite the allegation. Alright, let's listen to this. Screenshot, okay?
Unless he withdrew these allegations that he made, and he named an official, unless he withdrew that allegation, his allowance would be stopped. And when he said he wasn't going to withdraw the allegation, he wanted to pursue the case against the Sun newspaper, his allowance was stopped. So I think we've seen essentially where this very, very serious rift in the royal...
Okay, let's continue here.
Walked away, they never said why. They told the story of my distance, but not the disrespect that built it. They told the story of how I changed, but not the exhaustion that changed me. They said I ghosted them, but I left out the part where I begged to be heard until I went mute. I was a safe space until I became a free-for-all. I was a soft landing until they used me as a crash pad. I gave until giving meant giving myself. But here's the truth wrapped in accountability. I didn't just get tired. I stayed too long. I trained them to disrespect me by confusing endurance with love. Every time I tolerated the blow and called it grace, I was teaching them that their chaos came with no consequence. So now, no more over-explaining, because when someone is committed to misunderstanding you, even truth sounds like an accusation. Let them talk. Instead of chasing closure, I grabbed a pen and gave my pain a place to land. That's the first step. Stop trying to correct people who benefit from misinterpreting you. Write your truth down for healing and approval. And then I did the hardest thing. I chose boundaries that protected my soul. Even if it ruined their version of me, that meant silence, distance, saying no without a footnote. That meant sitting in peace without the urge to defend it, because peace doesn't need witnesses, just willingness. I realized that loving someone doesn't mean becoming a casualty in the war with themselves. It means knowing when to surrender the version of you that needed to prove your heart just to finally protect it. So no, I'm not bitter. I'm just done bleeding for people who never learned how to clean up after their mess. And for the first time, I picked me. Not because I stopped loving them, but because I finally started loving me.
Or he was told.
All
that
right,
unless
so
he
that's
withdrew-
very interesting. Let's pause this. And the actor Chuck, when he was asked about the possibility of returning someday as working royal, he did not stutter, especially now we know how they protect child abusers. Harry was never going to put his family at risk. He knew the royal family too well. All right, 6 seconds. That's when Anderson Cooper asked to return to the royal family. He was like, nope.
Can you see a day when you would return as a full-time member of the royal family?
Prince?
Can you?
All right. They like to punish the innocent family members, but enable cover up and continue paying for the vile piece of guilty one. All right. So that's that. Let's go to the next one. Unbelievable. All right. Next tweet. And I think in some shape or form, they probably see Harry as a weak person because he doesn't have all those backing and things like that. Maybe that's what they felt. But little did they know, Harry is a very smart man. Their mindset is completely in the gutter. I really don't know what to say anymore. Next tweet. January 10, 2020, toxic British press and the royal family thought they ate with this. All right, they are out, he's in. Yeah, even, Andrew, after something happened, and then the next time, was it when something had happened to Virginia Goffrey? Was it the settlement? That was way before she passed. And he came out in a car with the queen, and you see him all smile, as if all his problem is over. Okay, March 7, 2023. Surely they will refute the claim given the monstrosities Andrew was accused of. Nope. They remained silent till nearly 3 years later when Virginia Goffrey's book dropped. Finally a response, but too late. The record had already reflected that Andrew was protected. Alright, William and Kate would prefer Andrew as neighbor over Harry and Meghan, claims royal commentator. That was March 7, 2023. Prince William and Kate Middleton can't abide living near Prince Andrew and want to banish him. The thing is that they all are in a mess. They've done so many unethical things, so they have to bond together. That's what it is. They all have done some unethical behavior. They know who knows about their unethical behavior, so they have to band together. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's pretty much that. That's to comment under this. Can I see it? The 2023 headline is laughable since the world knows Harry and Meghan move on ocean and continental way from media leaking violent bully William and stalker Kate in 2020. I don't know. I think sometimes they said things or they put things out there just for them to sleep well at night, I think. Alright, well, they wished and wanted it that way. Today, the toxic British media or closing comment section about their prefer Andrew and the monarchy is once again being protected instead of being held accountable for their protection racket for Pedo Andrew for years. Shameful. They are delusional. There's a laugh here. On January 4th, 2024, King Charles, Prince William, and Kate Middleton actively tried to rehabilitate Prince Andrew's image, involving the children to portray him as a great uncle and fatherly figure. Look at that. Continue protection. Disgusting. I don't know. I hope they don't bring those kids into that mess. Oh my Lord. Next one. Let me know. There's more. You could pause and read this. It's very sick. Alright, let's pause this. I just think that the anti-woke Trump-loving Jeremy Vine should just split his allegiance to his hero once and for all. I swear, he wakes up, who the F cares about Trump's opinion as if they're credible. Alright, 19 seconds. What are they talking about now?
Humans is one thing. I'm a liberal left wokey. That's who I am.
Are you?
Yeah, I
Liberal left wokey.
I am.
Oh my
but
God.
this to me,
order in a restaurant.
yeah.
So bad, as Trump said, wokers destroyed us. Wokers brought this country to its knees.
And I can see if I see humans as one thing.
Why are they making as if Trump is like what he said about Trump here in that small section here, as if Trump is like the world leader of the entire world. What the hell? Okay, let's leave that alone. There's no comment. Let's go to the next tweet. I don't know. I just put it on the list since I saw it. The thing is that they are hoping. Well, they're putting the thing out a little at a time. I don't know what to say about that. Okay, this is the deal for Beatrice and Eugenie. I don't think they will ever be fully part of the visible royal family again, likely cut off in the same way as their parents. Obviously, Epstein had a greater presence in their life than anyone ever imagined. Okay, I'm just going to focus on the screenshot. Sarah Ferguson emailed to Epstein show increasing desperation. Let's see here. The messages between Ferguson and Epstein almost seem like he's talking about someone on his payroll, such as asking her to show business contacts while Buckingham Palace and her daughters get included too. End of message to Fergie in March 2010. Epstein writes, quote, "Thank you, Sarah. Could you one of your daughters show redacted Buckingham Palace, thanks." That's probably around the time where it was one of the girls' birthday party or something. Apparent reply from Sarah reads, "Of course." That July, referring to a separate occasion, she apparently writes to Epstein apologizing that the girls were not around this weekend. "Shows I don't crack the whip when I'm not in the country." The message continue. Actually, Eugenie was in France and Beatrice was out with Dave. Epstein also messages to say a friend will be in London, adding, "Any chance of your daughter saying hello?" Oh my God. I'm really afraid for, Charlotte. I don't know. It's like the blind leading the blind over there. It's like the blind leading the blind. It's unbelievable. I don't know why my mind went into that. Many of you will say, "Oh, but they're still children. They are kids." Many have long suspected that Beatrice is a tango and a shady Middle Eastern dealing like her father. That girl ain't right. I truly don't think even William will want the girls around the rest of the family and the public, but until Charles dies, they will be welcome. Agree. They were old enough when they visit Epstein after his release to know what was going on. I think in some shape or form I spoke about this because it seems like the institution is holding certain things against them, like funding and things like that. And they don't have the same kind of worldview or experience like in the battlefield, like Harry does. They are women. So I don't want to make excuses for them, but the way that I see the institution works, they withheld things. Look how much they withheld from Harry. If Harry then do certain things, he will not get funding. Look how far he still hasn't have security. Okay? So I don't want to give them that credit, but I could see that angle being played on those girls as well. If you don't do this, you will not get certain things. I don't know, whatever they consider valuable to them, that they will need the backing of the institution. Look how much headache they're putting Harry through. And he is the son of a king. All right, agree. They're old enough when they visit Epstein after his release. After his release to know what's going on. The greed in the York family runs from parents to the daughters. Wonder how William will still try to keep them in the fold after the recent revelation. I mean, this sentence is making it seem like as if William have some moral authority of beside what we are seeing. He is in the same freaking gutter as them. It's like they all are freaking. It's like the blind leading the blind. If you don't be part of the blindness, we cannot protect you. So they all are in it. I thought at some point Eugenie was trying to move away from it. I don't know why. Okay, sometimes I say stupid things. I don't even know why. I cannot back it up. But I have that gut feeling. I think Eugenie, the second one, not the one who looks like Andrew with the big eye, not her. The second one, the one that came to the U.S. and went to the game with Harry at some point and went dining with Harry. That one. And I think she appeared in the docuseries as well. I think at some point she tried to move away from it. from the nonsense that was going on in the UK. When I think she was trying to be more on Harry's side to whatever reshape her little family, they pull her back. They did that garden party. I could see her. I'm talking based on picture, okay? You guys could come after me. I really don't care, but this is my sense that I saw from it. And from that garden party, William threw, I felt like she didn't even want to be there. But they probably told her, you better show up or else. Whatever they hold against her. And then the other thing that I think they tried to do with her, where she had lunch with the Pics Morgan and what's that other guy who wrote about Meghan. And he ended up apologizing to Harry instead of Meghan. That one, Jeremy, I forgot his name. Okay? I think they tried to pull her back again and said, if you don't be back in that fold, certain consequences. That's the feeling, the sense that I got about Eugenie. The other sister, on the other hand, I don't feel the same way. I think she's all in. But Eugenie have no choice. That's the only thing I could say. Okay, all these are my opinion, okay? I'm not saying... the squad probably are 1,000% right about what they're saying. But the sense that I'm getting from Eugenie and the other sister, the older one, completely different. I felt like the older is more involved. She probably even... Again, I don't have proof of this. She's probably much deeper than Eugenie. That's the way I'm going to leave it. Okay, one has to know question if Andrew and Sarah Ferguson sacrificed Eugenie and Beatrice to those horrendous monsters and the PDF wing. I think so too. I think this is exactly what I'm saying. To a certain extent. I think so too. Okay, valid question because the whole family was clearly on the payroll. They were groomed and abused. They first met Epstein when they were 8 and 9 years old. Charles knows what happened to them. I think the whole royal family knows. That's why they were ostracized growing up. I get all that, but try having that all unyielding to change institution, have that conversation while carrying out their important work. It will never happen. It's all about public perception, and if the public isn't on board, they will be gone. That's another good point as well. This isn't a PR problem or a question of future rules. The documents point to sustained direct proximity to a convicted abuser facilitated by family ties that causes from embarrassment into complicity. Pretending this is just unfortunate optics insult public intelligence. Okay, perfectly put, and they can't even... the royal family goes back decades, centuries into that type of behavior. What Epstein have done is facilitate them. They know the royal family, roll that way with little kids. At some point, I believe the UK was trying to reduce the age of consent because I think so many of them were doing so many things to children. They were trying to reduce the age of consent. If you go on PYTE, there's some, like my early videos, okay? I did some stuff regarding age of consent. It wasn't that. I think I have like 3 videos about it. So what Epstein did, okay, with the help of Russia, is facilitate, providing, putting those things in a silver platter for those pedos who wants to use children to do this thing. Put it on a silver platter for them, frame them, and capture it in videos or cameras, pictures, you name it, so they could use it against them. Okay, but the royal family have been doing this a long time. Epstein come along with the help of Russia and said, look, I don't want to take my men in terms of military to the battlefield. Let's do it this way instead. And then you have random people whose children are missing. They're doing all sort of things, facilitate these kids to those pedos. And I think one of the York sisters is working with children, some sort of a charity. Let me look it up. Alright, so this is what I asked Google. Does Princess Beatrice work in an organization with children? Yes, Princess Beatrice is involved with several organizations dedicated to children and young people. As of late 2025, she was appointed deputy patron of the Outward Bound Trust, which helps young people build confidence through outdoor programs. She also served as a patron for the Born Premature Birth Charity, supports Street Child, and is involved with the Teenage Cancer Trust. Alright? I saw this a long time ago. I try not to bring it and things like that. So since we're talking about the York sisters, I thought I'll bring it up. Okay? So I think the older, is more involved than the youngest. What's the youngest? There's Beatrice and there's Eugenie. Maybe Eugenie works with, okay, let me change the name, Princess Eugenie. Let's see if she works for that too. I think I spelled her name wrong. Okay, both of them, but I was more aware of the other one. Yes, Princess Eugenie is actively involved with organizations supporting children and young people. So they, okay. I had a different feeling toward Eugenie, but it's both of them. Who knows? It's crazy. They all are involved. So the squad, whatever they're putting there it is. I Google give me a response. Okay, I'm defeated. There's my white flag. Okay, forget what I said. I'll put everything so you guys could see where my point of view was coming from. I'll leave it. I'm not gonna cut anything. Okay, this isn't PR problem or question of future roles. The documents point to sustain direct proximity to a convicted abuser facilitated by family ties that causes from embarrassment and to complicity. Pretending this isn't just unfortunate optics and sole public intelligence. Perfectly put, they can't even blame it on being too young or to know. They were in the early 20s when most of the arrangement involving them happening. Why will their daughters be punished for this? Right? Let's be clear. It's not about punishment. It's about an institution trying to survive and bury everything ever linked to Epstein. Him paying for that family, plane ticket, as well as the princesses when they were 19 and 21, plus them arranging tours of royal residence. And the other thing as well, they're trying to normalize that kind of behavior. I've said this before because there's so many people involved and it seems like they enjoy putting pain onto people. They want to normalize it. The only group that is stopping them, just guess. Which group do you think is stopping them? Black people, mostly African Americans. Okay, look what's happening in the US. So they want to normalize that type of behavior and they want to make it seem like it's normal to do this type of things. Alright, so let's leave it as that. Okay, so there's so much more. Let's leave that alone. Alright, so both of the daughters are involved in organizations that deal with children. Alright, next to it. So many things. I'm telling you, in one of my videos, I was saying that you gotta, not that I agree with it, but it's the mindset, the tactic of how he was able to do it. You gotta give credit where credit is due. Putin, because he was the very first who started it and then copied it, and then the institution, the royal family, have been doing this kind of things in the dark, behind closed doors. So as soon as Putin is aware of that, it's like, okay, let's give them that on a silver platter. And then we're going to document it. And then we're going to take both of them down. Both meaning the US and the UK. He bring, people enjoy, most men don't care where their thing goes to. But majority of them prefer doing it with young kids. Okay, they want to dominate a human being. What better type of people to do it? Children who have no say, who don't even I don't even know what to say, because the mind of those kids, they're not developed to know so many things. But these men who spread themselves globally felt like they have to release themselves on some kids. So they facilitate to cater to the institution because they've been doing this type of things, and they just document it. And then when it's time to take both of them down, and this is where we are now. And then he works that thing so well as well because he understands the dynamic, the political, the social, the cultural, you name it, that's happening in every country. For the US, he knows it's the racism. This is what got the MAGAs to forget everything else when everything was so clear. We knew what Trump was all about. There's different people who did the investigation. They put the information out. I could understand the very first time when he went for president, you might be fooled a little bit, but there was the second time you knew what he was all about. But yet they voted for him again. Okay? And then he quadrupled down. He went on Madison Square Garden trashing so many people, so many groups. They still voted for him. That close proximity is a core cancer of so many other groups. Okay? But anyway, next tweet. Alright? At Grok, is it true? This is the original Epstein whistleblower, Dutch supermodel Karen Mulder. She lost her career, was put on medication, and into a psych ward for speaking out. Alright, let's go into that. Don't forget her because she's a hero. So it seems like maybe she spoke out of things that she saw, and then they did whatever they did. I don't know who she is, even though they said her name here, a supermodel or whatever. But she spoke out. This is the kind of thing some people who wants fame and fortune and things like that, and you have to give your soul, and she wasn't willing to give her soul, and they took it anyway. Oh my God, wherever she is, I don't know if she's dead or alive, may God protect her. She was trying to warn all the others. Next week, and this is why those people are flashing those material stuff to those young people, so they could get you and this type of things. All they want is your body, your soul. They want your between your legs. They're flashing all the material stuff. So you could be at and you forget everything, the morality of everything. It's unbelievable. And then when parents are talking to some of those kids, many of them refuse to listen to their parents, the authenticity of things, the simplicity of things. All you need is food, shelter, clothing. You do what you need to do to pay the bills or whatever. You don't need to sell your body. Some of them is willing to do the ultimate because they see the shiny things. Let's leave that alone. Next tweet. Okay, I'm already 30 minutes. 2 more tweets about that. Okay, let's pause this. The Palace, the Pedophile, Gangster, Paradise. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. If it's a music, I'm probably gonna skip it. Let's see. Okay, it's playing. I'll go through it really quick. Oops. Okay, I got a phone call. Let's go through it really quickly. I need to get going after this recording. Alright, so you could pause and read. This is pretty much all the pedophile thing that they put together. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Buckingham Palace pedophile caught with 15,000 indecent snaps and clips of kids. Oh my God. Ex-Power Trooper 51, who trained Prince William and served alongside Prince Harry, is on the run after being convicted for child rape. My God. So there's these things here. It's unbelievable. You could pause and read some of them. The comment is closed. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. One more after this. Oh my God, my phone is ringing. I have to hurry up. I could edit this any other time. Okay, so this is Henry VIII. And her tweet started from here, but I think I bookmarked this. Andrew was only 22 years old when William was born. Why then they start setting Andrew up for a lesser status much earlier? So much of both Andrew and Fergie conversation with Epstein and Maxwell are dominating by their desperation to maintain a lifestyle they hadn't really been entitled to in decades. I wonder if Will and Kate just do away with it all to protect their children. I don't think there's any coming back from this. I don't know. The Queen choosing to have more children after such a big gap, if she did choose, did create a very specific problem for those two younger sons, but it's not as if Princess Anne or Prince Edward have made similar demands on behalf of their children. I think Andrew personally was set from birth. His sense of entitlement came from being spoiled and compensation for not being first in line. Like anybody have the option or who come first. He clearly has big issues about that. He's a grown man who could have used his privilege to set himself up for life if he wanted to, because he was his mother's pet. And the other thing I have said, when these people go to college, they should do finance. Alright, this is where it started. I think it would be hard to find a modern-ish family that has bred so many dysfunctional and desperate adults as the British royal family. Okay, let's see here. There's the email, something from Epstein at Gmail. I'm sitting on a panel at Good Enough College here in London. Back in touch few hours. Stuffed bed for A's girl. Who's Ace? Andrew's girls, I guess. Got royal protection taken away. Queen said no. I guess no problem. Royal list, get a job. S has a specific question for you. Who's S? Alright, A is Andrew, S is Sarah. Okay, A, I guess Andrew, is sad and frustrated considering abdication, but he's like a zoo animal. No way, especially now for him to thrive. When was that? That was back in 2011. I took my laundry to the house yesterday. They were a little shocked. I hope that wasn't rude. A said yes, but S, what's S? Sarah. Wasn't amused. I need yoga clothes. Who's S? Okay, so they don't want to put every name completely because they're trying to be discreet. Alright, A is Andrew, S is Sarah. Okay, this isn't meant to diminish individual failures, some significantly worse than others, but the heirs versus pairs system just creates unstable adults. You see it to a degree in other royal houses, but nothing like the British. Alright, this is my last one. Okay, let's pause this. The USA has the highest number of missing children in the world each year. Now the Epstein files are exposed. We can see what happened to most of them. Alright, let's listen to that. It's 1 minute and 17 seconds. Okay, oh my God. I cannot show those images. YouTube will come after me. Plus, they're very disturbing too. Alright, so let's listen to this. And I'll pause first before I could see some other images. This is, they are sick. That's all I could say. These people are freaking sick.
These are the countries with the most missing children. Pay close attention and check where your country appears on this list, because sometimes we scroll past headlines like this without really thinking, but the numbers are terrifying. Countries with the most missing children: Italy, 21,951 missing children each year. South Korea, 25,690 to missing children each year. Russia, 45,000 missing children each year. Canada, 45,288 missing children each year. India, 96,000 missing children each year. Germany, 100,000 missing children each year. United Kingdom, 1 in 12,035 missing children each year. United States, 460,000 missing children each year, with 2,300 children going missing every day. What do you think is actually causing all these disappearances? Are these kids running away? Or is something far more disturbing happening behind the scenes? Are they being kidnapped? Are they being trafficked? Are there secret groups operating in the shadows, using these children for things the world doesn't want to talk about? Why do so many cases never get solved? Why do some countries have higher numbers than others? And most importantly, why aren't we seeing global outrage on the same level as other issues?
Very good, because these people are in position of decision making. This is what I'll be saying about the UK. They have their people in every offices that look out into the... Oh my God. So let me finish that thought. At the time when I first originally recorded it, I was really emotional about it. But basically, this is what happened with these people. This is why they have their people in every corners, every offices of major decision making, from UN, United Nations, to local offices in different countries. So they're pretty much in control of everything. Now, we look at, these are things I've spoken about media, the papers, the mainstream medias, and they even try to control social medias. Okay, so it is up to us, the little people, who have to look out for each other, our own kids, your neighbors' children, look out for them. And videos like this is what somewhat putting out the proper information out there. If you're leaving it up to mainstream media, who at some point had some sort of a ethical moral decency to put out the news, but these people, they find the secret to how to control and manage and put their unethical behavior in a box. So that's by controlling every form of communication, every places of decision making, and all of that. And then they blind the people, okay, the vast majority, who they will take advantage of, specifically their children, their economical power. You work and you work, but you could never have enough money to do the little things. So they control all of that to put you in a misery. So this is what's happening here. We have to look out for each other. So I think we are at a brink where a small group who they can never fool, they can never manipulate, which is mostly black and specifically African Americans. So this is, I think this is their last, I don't know, what would you say, their last hope to pretty much capture everything. As I'm saying this, I'm thinking of this vision that I have, where I sort of put it on thumbnails, where the sky is pretty much gray and we have that small little blue sky where the sun is shining on the other side. And this is our last hope, that small little blue sky, which give us hope. There is still a little opportunity to stop these people, because they're pretty much all over the world. They're controlling everything, and they want to close out everything, put everybody into darkness so they could control you. Now, I hope I make sense with that. But let's get back to the original recording and close off the video. Alright, let's do a prayer. I don't even know what to say anymore. Prayer for the children, I guess. Alright, let's pick one. I need to hurry up. A small one that I could see. Okay. A prayer for my children. Lord, please bless my children, enlarge their influence, cause them to be movers and shakers in their generation for Christ. Let's pick this one. Prayers for the mother of the day. Lord, help me to remember that my children are not little adults. They are children and need my patience, Christ-centered love, and understanding. Alright, so that's that. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. See, YouTube, when I upload things, they don't even want to put things like for some commercials to pop up in some of the videos. What time did I put out? 1. Okay. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Alright, so let's look at the back end. This is where I put it. I'm having videos every day. As a matter of fact, it's going down. The other day it was 130 something. As of now, it goes further down. Go back to some of my videos. Oh my Lord. So that's it. Whew.
Manaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better